Here is the utopian vision of what it means when Hong Kong became integrated into the People's Republic of China. I do not say return to the People's Republic of China because it was not part of the People's Republic of China before at any point in the past. Until 1997, it became part of the People's Republic of China. It was not returned to China in any kind of meaningful sense. It also hadn't been part of the Republic of China. It had been part at the edge of the Qing Empire, but it was not given back to Manchus. It was given to a new country, a newly created country as of 1949, People's Republic of China. But the language of the official discourse of it, both in Beijing and by the Hong Kong government, is that this was a moment of reunion, of kind of a family being brought together. And it's not accidental that you have a woman with a child holding the flag as that kind of symbol, and the discussion of a motherland or a homeland. And so return to the motherland, usually would be actually Zuguo, ancestral patriline. But anyway, this is the utopian vision of what happened with the transition. And this is the more contested version of it. And these are images from other national days. In 2014, you had the umbrella movement. October 1st was a day during that series of protests. And then in 2019, you had a classic split screen moment where there were celebratory parades of the holiday in Beijing, and there were giant protests in Hong Kong that were still going on. And that day, October 1st, was the day that live ammunition was used by police the first time against protesters. Until then, it had been beanbag shot and rubber bullets. So it was a kind of defining moment. So in the past, you had National Day, at least in the 2010s, as this moment of competing commemorations. And now you only have one kind of event taking place publicly. There are other dates that used to have competing understandings, but now have a singular understanding. Important points in the Hong Kong political calendar. July 1st, the anniversary of the transition, the handover was a time for official celebrations of that moment and counter demonstrations of that moment. June 4th was a date when the big event was a commemoration of what had happened in Beijing on June 4th, 1989. And there wasn't really a kind of competing thing. But now, since the early 2020s, first in 2020, any gathering on that date was banned. And then now there are gatherings again, but they're officially put on carnivals and things that are not about the event. So that's in the one country, one toward one system one, the fact that you can no longer have that kind of gathering is a point in that favor.